because me and Bev actually grew up together, like say in the lonely town of Ryop.
Embarrassing stories.
Oh yes, got lots of them on my love. But yes, and she is one of the big Disney nerds as well. I remember from back in the day.
Yeah.
She always has a bit of a Disney thing. So now we've now we've wrapped up, like I say, the good, best and worst endings. I don't think there was too many bad endings there, so that was a bit positive. But yes, so take it away, Bev. What's your subject there?
So my subject is Friends.
Friends, all right. The TV show, or just like Friends in general?
Yes, not just general people I know. Yes, yeah, the TV show, yeah, sitcom.
All right, certainly. So there's been a few seasons. So Sam's joined us again. Hello, Sam. We can't hear you.
Oh, that looks stressed.
Yeah, she's not having the best times, bless her.
Oh.
But yes, so Friends, right. So how do you want us to talk about Friends? Like, do you want us to go through top episodes, episodes we didn't like, or how do you want to play this out, young lady?
Okay, so young, bless you. Okay, so I have picked 5 of my top ones, which was so hard because there's like so many 10 seasons and all. There's so many, and I don't necessarily think the ones that I would have picked, maybe the ones that you might like, which is why I love this. I wanted to do this topic because there's nobody gonna have the same. So yeah, so I've kind of gone for 5, and I'm cool to run through them and why I like them, and then obviously see what you guys like and what was your top, what you liked about it, you know.
Spot on. Yeah, no, that sounds good. So I'm just, so what's the little furry one's name as well?
Thor.
It looks very majestic there, like looking out. So that's why we're donating as well, guys, for the cats. Remember, Willow's Cat Sanctuary, this is what we're trying to help
keep them fed,
especially in this time when it's cold outside. We don't want cats outside. Yes. So cheap little plug there, so please donate. But yeah,
I know I've paid him a lot of money to sit here. This is costing me a lot of cat food, can I be saying?
So please donate, because we've got to pay the cat.
he's the star of the show there, so don't worry. So yes, Friends, so we'll start off with your we don't have to go for the top 5 straight away, but go with one of your first picks there.
Okay, so it's important to say that this is my top 5, but in not that order, because there's just no way I could pick one episode that I love that much. So the first one that I'm going to go with is well, it's one of the ones that I use this phrase a lot in life, and I just don't know how I've never moved an item of furniture without using this phrase.
I know what you're going to say.
The one with
oh, me and my sister, like, this is one of our favorite episodes. Like, we'll randomly just look at each other and go pivot and burst into laughter.
Oh, we've lost the Bev now. Oh, she's back. Did you pivot there, Bev?
You know, I did. I totally did.
Don't worry, like I say, I can handle anything. So yes, so the episode where they're moving the sofa up the stairs, is it the one with the sofa? It's called, is it?
This one's called.
We've lost the sound.
Oh, this is going well.
Can't hear you now, Bev. No, you look lovely, but I can't hear you. Steve. But yeah, oh bless Steve, didn't think he was making a cameo on the podcast today, bless him. It's going to be me and you all day today, Charlotte.
It is.
This is going to be interesting.
My mum's still watching. She's just sent us a text saying lobster.
Can't hear you. I'm trying to think back to that episode as well, the pivot episode. Because that was the one where like was the stupid sofa that was going up the stairs, and Ross was just having the worst time as well. Hello, King Kev. Do you want to log out, Bev, and try and log back in? Okay. No bother. Talking about Friends now. So this is going to be, because like I was obsessed with this when I was a kid. I used to get all the VHSs as well when they used to only have like, I think it was about 5 or 6 episodes per video. They used to bring out every 6 months.
Yeah.
I used to buy them in Woolworths as well. I remember that's my memory of going to Woolworths to watch the videos.
We used to rent the DVDs from Global Video.
No, because I remember when Friends came out first, it was on Channel 4, but then Sky, being the arseholes that they are, they bought it out and it moved to Sky, and I didn't have Sky at the time. So I couldn't watch it when it was on TV. So we had to wait till the actual VHSs were brought out, normally after the season had been on. And that used to be like, say, me catching up with Friends. But I love the like, say, some of my favorite episodes are some of the ones with the cameos in, like the Brad Pitt one. Jesus,
that's
that
one of my
so
absolute
funny.
favorites.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And
the fact that like him and Jennifer Aniston were in a relationship at the time. She did go through a few of the blokes on the show, to be honest, but let's
yeah.
But yeah. So it looks like,
I could never understand why they put Rachel and Joey together. That one never made sense to me.
No, it was kind of the ones where I think they were just throwing stuff together and seeing what stick at times.
Yeah.
But yes. But the other Brad Pitt one, when he's just like screaming yams, it just had me creased as well. So let's see if we're getting a few people back now. So trying to think back about other episodes now. Like I say, that I love the ones where Janice is involved as well.
Yeah, Janice was great.
Okay.
I was just reading before we came on. Like people voted for that, like most heartbreaking moments of in TV shows, and one of them was when Phoebe has the triplets. Oh,
hello.
Am I back?
Yep, I can hear you, Bev. Sam, can you speak?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you now, Bev. Thank you.
Oh, cool. I've just jumped on my phone, see if this is any better.
Yes, you're coming through loud and proud there.
Oh, cool.
So, Sam, that's fine. Sam, can you hear us? Not getting any response from Sam?
Oh my God.
Oh, bless her.
Bless. But yes, so we're talking about your favourite episode, well, not your favourite episode, the first episode, which was the pivot episode. What was it called? It was called, it was always called The One With, wasn't it? One With.
Yeah, the one with the cop. We think that's what it was called, unless I got the wrong one down. But I just love it. I use that phrase like in really ridiculous situations when you're trying to move a wardrobe and it's not funny, but yet you say it and you know you're going to drop it and you shouldn't. It's just one of them things that I love.
Yay, we've got Sam back. So.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, they can hear us. Yes.
Come on, baby.
So Sam, how are you feeling?
Give us a minute. Sorry.
All right. So yes, I love that episode as well. Like just seeing the whole is that I can't get my words out now. Like how frustrated and stressed out. That was probably me trying to say a better word there. Ross was getting by pivoting that up, and and it'd find, well, it's not going to get up there. He's having no luck at all. But I absolutely cried laughing at that one.
What we're talking about?
We're talking about Friends, the TV show.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right. Seeing as Sam is back, I'm going to hand it over to her and say goodbye.
Cool.
Sorry, Charlotte.
It's absolutely fine.
Thank you. If we need you, I'll send you a message.
Let me know.
Thanks.
Been an absolute pleasure. I hope things go well from here. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
I've got my Mac all set up. If this goes tits up, my Mac is there ready to take the blunt of it. It'll be a shit camera, but you'll be able to hear us. I will be able to see you. I have just had an utter meltdown in the living room.
Oh.
Fine.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Bye, Charlotte.
Bye, Charlotte.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you.
So yes, but now we're talking about fun stuff. We're talking about Friends, the TV show.
Yay! What have you already talked about?
Pivot.
Pivot. Oh, Ross is one of my favorite characters. And my favorite of episodes is where him and Chandler go up against each other, and it's all Chandler. Ross told everyone that Chandler was gay in college, and then Chandler told everyone that Ross had sex with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
absolutely greatest episode ever. His tanning episode was hilarious.
Oh my god, that's on the list. That's on the list.
Oh, love it.
So what we're doing, Bev's got a top 5 episodes. So she's telling us the top 5s, and we're just going to jump in with, like, say, our opinions and our favourites as well. I'm not going to pick a top 5 because that will be fucking impossible.
Can I just point out, this is ridiculous. Have you seen it? This is Anthony's really. He's getting a new one for Christmas, but this is Anthony's really terrible headphone. I think this is the computer I will be using from now on. I can see you perfectly clearly. There's no glitching or anything like that. Right. Hey, yes. Let's get into it.
Yes. So that one was a great episode. One of my favorite ones, and I've got a little bit of a prop which I've just spotted as well. And let's see if you can see.
Oh,
Whitney. So yeah, the Christmas episode was always like I say, when Chandler dressed up as a bunny rabbit, and Ross couldn't get anything, so he had to dress up like a potato and thought he was clever being a Sputnik, and that's when they had the big showdown, the big arm wrestling match where they were both trying to show off, and they were both nowhere as strong as each other. They were both as weak as each other, and that was when Ross was dating Mona as well, if my memory serves us rightly.
Pathetic character. She was absolutely pointless.
She was beautiful though.
I mean, she's stunning, but stunning can't get past boring.
Well, like I said, that's something I've not been able to pass by for a while, so that's okay. So, are you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, you both went really quiet. I was like, oh fuck.
I was just waiting. I was literally just waiting. I'm trying to get myself back into the zone after my little mini meltdown. So
it's fine. Take your time. So what was your second episode there, young Beverly?
Okay, so well, it has been generally slightly mentioned. It's the one with Ross's tan.
Yes.
So it's quite a late. It's obviously it's the season 10, so it's quite a late one.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you know what? It's fun because obviously, I mean, obviously I use tan. Most females, even males, use tan. But obviously, because of what I do for a living and doing stuff, properly piss myself. Excuse me, French. Laughing at that episode because obviously I can relate to it from a professional point of view. But generally, I mean, really, who does that? I mean,
I was going to ask, have you ever had that happen?
Well, no, because I don't know about American tanning booths, but obviously there is places you can go in, but obviously I actually do it on the client myself so I can see where it's going. So unless I deliberately sprayed her twice in the back, which I haven't never once.
To be fair, if someone pissed you off enough, I can suppose.
Well, you're totally right, no, I couldn't really, but obviously maybe it's booze, obviously there is. But I just found that I think I generally almost wet myself laughing that hard. It was just so funny.
The Mississippi's, that was the funniest part. Did you count 2 Mississippi's? The greatest line in that actually is where he goes to the tanning assistant and says, he's like, what color are you looking for? And he was like, well, I would go with your color. And he's like, what are you, Puerto Rican? And he's like, it's one of the greatest lines in that episode. But the Mississippi's, I just love it.
I know, I love it, and I also love when he asks what number he wants, and then obviously it works out like he's an 8, but it's not even a number. It's all on his back. So fun, absolutely love it.
But the ending to that episode as well is class when Chandler's knocking on the door. It's happened to me, Ross. It happened to me. It's like, really?
No.
I know. It's so fun. It makes it just generally. I mean, the episode and general Friends in general I think we've said this before in podcast, sorry, online in the group, and that I can't not fancy watching it. If it's on, I can't not watch it, and it just makes us smile, and I just think that's really powerful. If you can do that, any of the episodes, I haven't even got a one I don't like. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? Really, they can do that and have that effect on you.
Oh, no, it's 100%. Like I was telling Charlotte about it. Like I remember watching this as a kid. It started out like I know going over bless with you both being back now. With it starting out on Channel 4, then Sky bought it out and it moved to Sky. And I didn't have Sky at that time, so I couldn't watch it. So I used to have to wait the VHSs come out. So the VHS used to come out like with a half like only 6 episodes in. And you used to go to Woolworths with my mum, like with my pocket money to buy the VHS to try and catch up with Friends. But now, literally, you can't even turn a channel without missing an episode. Yeah. It's literally on every single channel. But
I do remember when it came out, because it came out and nobody had heard of it. It was like a proper unknown. And then so the first series ended, and then a year later, Channel 4 brought it back again for the first series, and it was massive. It obviously hit America, and Channel 4 thought like, oh well, we'll put it back out again. So they put the first series on again a year later, and then it moved on to where it always stayed with Channel 4. Never moved to Sky.
No, it did. Sky bought it out for a while. It was during the Chandler, Matthew Perry being addicted to drug stage.
Which time?
The first, when he lost all the weight.
The difference though between him and so you end one series, it's the engagement, isn't it? So you end him on the engagement where he doesn't look well, and then all of a sudden he looks terrible. It's like literally meant to be the same day, and he just looks so bad. He didn't look great on the reunion either, but I know
he just had dental surgery apparently. That's why he was still that's what they came out with. But
who does that though? You've got this massive reunion, the world is watching, and you go and get your teeth done, knowing the consequences and how that could come across. Seems a bit suspect to me.
Yeah,
it was a good reunion though. I bawled from start to finish.
I think the only one that didn't, again, this is me put my cynical hat on, the only one that, the two of them that came across as really genuine was Lisa Kudrow and Joey Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, isn't he just the uncle you want, isn't he though? Just the uncle you want to have. He was adorable, and he's like telling a story to one person and then 2 seconds later like laughing about it but telling the story again, like doing the whole I've just told them about. He was so cute. I thought David Schwimmer come across really good as well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He was very genuine, and I generally think he was taken aback by the whole thing. Like like a reality check, like you did this, and forever you will always be on the telly for that series.
Yeah, it's never going to go away.
No, they'll always be known for that. I think. I mean, I know the reunion. I know they know how popular they are and how well it did. But I think after all of them years to come back and have that impact. I mean, I was generally waiting with Steve for it to drop so we could watch it, because I was so excited, because it was just them acknowledging how much of an impact they'd had on everybody's lives, and I don't think anybody still know that. It's like me using Pivot. I mean, really? Does that make sense? That is
part of 100%. Like, say there's aspects like I don't think we're friends that did the hard hitting issues, but like I say, it was more to do with like their friendship and like their relationships growing and stuff like that. I always thought that was a good way. But as I was saying to Charlotte, when both of you had a little bit of a technical issue, my favorite episodes always used to be like the big cameos, like the Brad Pitt one always used to stand out to us.
Such a good episode as well.
When he's kicking off about the yams.
It's like you've seen the list. What's going on? Yeah,
it's almost like we grew up together, Bethany, and knew each other.
That is on the list, but it's on the list for because I think that's called the one with the rumor, because obviously he doesn't like does he?
And give it a tinky winky.
I didn't like the rumor. And I mean, of course, I'm not gonna lie and say, well, it's not, it was easy on the eye. It's not a bad cameo in that episode, but I'm not a huge Brad Pitt fan. The reason I love it is because of the Joey pants.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, they come out every Christmas in our house because I'm going to eat. It's just a fact. And I just need them in my life. So we do use that phrase a lot at home if we're going to eat too much, which is crazy, but it's true.
Bless. No, like I said, I'm not surprised that, like I said, this would be one of your subjects that you would pick as well. Like with, like I say, growing up with you, being the age range we are, like I say, I know you're a year younger than me, so you're about the same age as Sam. So
someone who's not younger, yay!
Like I say, I know, like I remember, because like not about your little brother as well. Like you always one watching Friends as well. Like the little groups we used to hang about with, like Lindsay Gill, I think, and Darren Tate, Chris Pennick, and all that. Yep. Yeah, like I said, but we used to always like watch stuff like that. It used to be at the time we used to watch Friends. I think Buffy was on at the same time. So but just trying to think, like, because there is a big change to like when you see like how it was filmed and like so from the early episodes to the got like later on as well. Like even the accents change. Like Rachel's accent in the first season is this little pathetic little girl talking, and she turns into like this like confident old woman, which again I don't know if it was done intentionally, but
well, love it's a transition from spoiled little rich girl to independent woman, so that the voice change works perfectly. There is some very questionable episodes in the first series that do not date well today, in today's living, in today's standard. They do not date very well, and I know they got a lot of shit for it when it hit Netflix and the younger generation found Friends. So I know that there was some questionable, but
that's the thing. It's with anything from the time. If you watch anything from the 80s, the language they used in the 80s films is you just can't use. Like watch 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, you'll be shocked with what they call each other. But again, it's still a film of the time. I don't think it's, again, without going into a big debate about cancel culture and what should be
no, that's not where I was aiming that conversation at all, because I don't agree with that, but I don't agree with the shit that Friends got when it was literally when it hit Netflix. But the same happened to Only Fools and Horses. When it hit Netflix, people lost their mind. But I think the progression of the show and some of the messages that they got out there, for what they were getting people were getting annoyed at, I don't think they realised that they addressed them issues later on. They know what they've done, it's progression. No,
100%. And like for a show to go 10 years as well, it didn't feel like a 10-year show, if that makes sense.
No, it does not. Not when you can power through them episodes. It does not feel like a 10-year show.
I always say it when you're watching them, so like what, 30 minutes, maybe not quite that really an episode, depending on like it's just one of them things that you watch and I'm just really keen to see what happens next. I've never not watched one and not wanted to not turn it off, or I think it's, like I said, I think it's powerful that it has that impact, and because you're getting lost in their lives, be it not real, it's believable enough for me to be getting lost in it, and I don't care. I'm quite happy to go along with it, and I think that's really powerful.
I love that. That's just fandom all over that, though, isn't it? There's the power of fandoms.
Yeah, there's not many shows as well. Like you can just pick up an episode and not have to see previous episodes. Where Friends was perfect for that. You could just pick up and say, right, I'll bang this on for an hour or half an hour, just because, like I say, you're waiting for your tea to be done, or you run in the bath. You run in the bath, put bang Friends on. Again, another show that ran quite similar but like different tones was The Big Bang Theory. They had a similar wavelength where they run the same way, that time of like comedy sitcom where it has a beginning and an end, and the series that tells the story. But anything that happens throughout that is just filler, but done not where it's like wasted. I know
we're watching them right now. We recently got The Big Bang Theory. We're going through it again because it is one of those series where you can it's lovely to be back in their presence. And these are two series, actually, not only do they mirror each other in the way that they're structured, how long they went for, even the channel that they're on. They were actors that knew their worth and went for it. and they got $1 million an episode because they knew what revenue. Big Bang Theory casted it, and the Friends casted it first, obviously, but the Big Bang Theory did it.
Wasn't it the Frasier cast that got the price hike first, then everyone copied Frasier's, because that's when Frasier.
I didn't know that.
Because Frasier went, I want to be paid like. I think it was the first. Again, I could be completely wrong, but I remember reading Frasier was the first TV actor to get paid over the 1 million episode mark, and then other shows kind of changed that afterwards. But again, I could be completely wrong, but that's where my memory sits.
I've never heard it, but I wouldn't be surprised, because that is the kind of person Kelsey Grammer. He definitely knows his worth, and definitely knows his worth of his show. But the Friends, I just always remember the Friends cast doing it, and then the Big Bang Theory cast, but the main three did it first. So Penny, Leonard, and obviously Sheldon, and then Howard and Rajesh came in, and then the rest of them came in. But yeah, it's a powerful move, knowing
your worth.
Exactly. They were ready to walk away from that if they didn't get what they knew they were worth, because look at the amount of money that was bringing in. Not just on the TV show, merchandise. Look at the amount of merchandise. Like, I know Friends is not really, but I think Friends at the time, not merchandise wise, but just how much it was airing, how much it was and how many countries it aired in as well. That was making people a lot of money, and the actors knew that they should be getting their share as well.
But I think we're Friends. Sorry, Bev. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say. I think I was going to say maybe what you were going to say. The merchandise for Friends now is crazy, and it's finished. It's not. I mean, there's still such a lot you can buy, T-shirts and that now. I think that is something that is amazing if you can still buy that type of merchandise and it's not even aired. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly. Revolution did a whole makeup line on Friends.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think Primark still got its own section for Friends. But what I was going to say as well, going back to the pay things, I think Friends was the first TV show that the male actors said the women actors need to get paid the same as us. That was one of the first shows that did stick to that point. Because I even think at that time when it first out, the male actors were getting like a lot more than what like the three women were, which when you think about the show's dynamics is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's true. And I think I mean I'd probably ask you guys, which is a super hard question, who was your favorite Friends character? But when I know baby, but when you look at them dynamically, this your three guys, your three girls, all of them had a place in that it was none of them was the weaker link, and they didn't work neither without each other. So they would massively deserve the same money, if not more, because as a unit it worked, and without one of them it wouldn't have been the same. And then that's like it's rare, really. It's really rare, that, to be fair.
It is. It's rare to find a cast who don't want to constantly battle each other for airtime, that they're all happy to share the screen with each other.
Oh, 100%. It's great though as well, because a lot of TV shows and stuff that struggled is when the chopped and changed characters, remove people out of thing. And like, as again, Friends in the Big Bang Theory, they never kind of did that. They kind of added new characters to it, but rather than like never replaced any of the main cast. And for the show to go as long as it did, it's quite a unique thing to happen. But to answer your question, Bev, without a shadow of doubt, Phoebe, I absolutely like. It's weird because I never used to go for blondes when I was a kid, but I had the biggest crush on Phoebe. I think it was just an energy and an attitude. Like I say, the whole thing. Like I say, I absolutely love Phoebe.
Her general Phoebe-ness. Do you know what? Ross is still one of my favorite characters because he has some of the most memorable quotes. I mean, I'm fine.
Exactly.
Like, and F is for, and it's just so funny. But it's the when him and Monica argue with each other, and they did the whole telling of truths.
Oh God, yeah.
And it's like, you were my first kiss. You were my friend ever. I've probably got that all mixed up because I've got a load of things running through my head. But that when them two go at each other, they are hilarious. So Ross Geller is definitely my favorite character.
Well, I have to say, I mean, obviously, Obviously, I do. I mean, God, I think Steve says it 100 times when how you're not. He says like you're so like, but more qualities of like OCD, cleaning, all them.
No, I'll tell you where it is. Competitiveness. That
Yeah,
you were the most competitive person that I've ever met. Like, I thought I was bad when we did sports, but Jesus Christ, you used to terrify me as a kid. Ever play a bev at darts? It's scary.
No, you're totally right. I am fairly competitive, and I just, you know what? I remember seeing the character on it and thinking, oh my God, she's just, I just love her. She's just amazing. She's like, yeah, she's like my hero as a character. But I do love them all though. Like you said, if I could pick a little bit of each, I mean, I love how sarcastic Chandler is. I love how cheeky, and I love the whole women's man thing about Joey. I love how Ross is really sensitive, but he's also really funny. I love Phoebe. Like you said, Phoebe just doesn't give a damn, and I love it. I love it.
And again, if she's listening, she'll probably kill us for this, but she reminds me so much of my friend Emma. Like Emma's got the same type of Phoebe vibe, I think.
Which Emma?
Emma Thompson now, Emma McLean.
Emma. Oh, right.
Yeah, she always used to remind us of Phoebe. Just
I was out with her last night, and she was definitely definitely living her best Phoebe life, dancing all over the place. So yeah, I get that.
And I would love to just go for a run like Phoebe as well when she runs through that park. That is one of the most hilarious things you'll ever see. And Rachel's been embarrassed to be seen with her, then realizing that it's just a joyous thing to do, just to let go.
Yeah, I must admit, I think I probably do run like that actually in my head. I probably do. But no, Phoebe's had some like quality one-liners, and just her general aura about everything weird and smelly cat. I mean, I cannot not say anything. I've even taught my kids that song. They don't even know what it is. I've just had to teach them it because it's just something they need to learn as they grow up. It's
so with you saying it now, Bev, you're gonna have to sing it.
No, I'm not singing it. I'm not singing it.
We'll start you off. Smelly cat, smelly cat. Are they feeding you?
Smelly cat. Look at the He's like, get off it. It's not your fault.
See? Now that's a moment for you.
Please don't
yes.
Phoebe's greatest line is always going to be Ross can.
Doesn't have to put on the red light.
Ross can.
She's really, really cool. I do. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I love Monica, but I could probably change your mind 100 times based on what episode I watch because of how they or what they do.
How the dynamics have changed.
I'm just
trying to think back to like favorite episodes as well.
They've had some brilliant guests, like amazing guests on.
Like even Charlie Sheen was hilarious in it when him and Phoebe were together.
Bruce Willis.
Yes.
I know. He was so good.
Miserable get that he is.
They even done like a little bit of a crossover between the TV show as well. What was it? Mad About You.
Mad About You, yes, because Ursula, who is the original character. And then Phoebe came afterwards, was a waitress on Mad About You. And then obviously Phoebe came. And then the show was over.
Because it was Michael Reisner and Helen Hunter, is that right?
Yes, that's right,
Yeah. But because I remember like the crossover episodes and stuff. But there was an episode where there was a bit where Billy Crystal and Robin Williams was in at the start.
Sitting on the couch.
Yeah. But like,
having a therapy session.
Yeah, some of the guests, as you said, with Friends was brilliant. But before we get too sidetracked, so it's your fourth pick now, Bev, is that right? Because you've said the Thanksgiving pivot and the suntan.
Yes, I'm about that. So another one that I love is the one with Ross's new girlfriend, season 2, but specifically for this episode, it's when they measure Joey's pants and he realizes that that's not how they measure pants.
When he comes back from China.
Yeah.
And yes, that's how they measure, and he says like, well, that's how they measure in prison. I just don't. I mean, don't get us wrong, we don't measure each other's pants in this family on a regular basis. It's not like that. It's just something that I absolutely we don't I can't not watch it. I just cannot not watch it and laugh my head off. I absolutely love it.
Just Chandler's face in that when he's like, he took advantage of me. And Joey's like, yeah, he just messes it one leg, swings it to the right,
and then drops it down the other side. It also has Rachel being the petty bitch that she is when she puts the phone down when they do the whole "no, you hang up, no, you hang up," and then Rachel hangs up. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Because Rachel is awful. To other people outside of her core group, she's not a nice person. But our sisters were fantastic.
Yes,
we had the best sisters. Christine Applegate's episodes are amazing.
Yeah, Christine, I was going to say Christine Applegate and Reese Witherspoon as well.
I was just going to say Reese Witherspoon was one, and she played an excellent part as well. They bounced off her really well because they were a bit bitchy as well, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, but like I say, Christine Applegate so it's taken us back to me to Married with Children love phase there, where I absolutely adored her.
Oh, Kelly Bundy.
Yes.
Was class, but she was so good as Rachel's sister, especially when she got Emma's ears pierced. That was hilarious. And she kept going, saying she was taken away from her flaws.
Yes, sorry, that's just when you point to the nose. I love the flashback scenes. The episodes when it showed
Rachel's nose.
I'm sorry, I got really excited there.
I'm going to fall out my chair.
When you just say Rachel's nose, or shall we say robust, Monica? Because I don't want to use the F word.
No.
But I'm seeing Chandler's haircut and where he used to change.
The flock of seagulls. Oh my God, that was amazing. Ross's Jerry curl perm.
And his pawntash.
To be honest, the prom episode is a really good one where they show you the flashback prom scene, and obviously Ross and Rachel get together at the end of it, but that is such a good episode. One of my favorites is actually a really obscure one. It's from the first season. It's where Rachel gets her first paycheck and she realizes
who's these FICA guys?
Who's FICA? And George Snuffleupagus. And he's like, who's that? And it's like Big Bird's friend. It's the best line ever. And then they end up having pizza watching George Snuffleupagus. It's the fact that Phoebe just goes, Big Bird's friend. I think I've gone.
Gone.
But for a show as well to like say to span so, I think there's not that many bad episodes as well. I know every show has like one where it's a bit of it kind of doesn't hit the mark, but with Friends you don't get too many of them, which was always quite good. Like I said, the ones that probably didn't work for me as well was the London trip. I didn't quite like that one. For some reason I thought it was a little bit too fast. That's the one that stands out the most. But again, one of my favorite episodes, we were on a break. And basically all the others are stuck in that room for that full day. Pretty much what me and Sam is at the moment.
Now finally sorted. It's the where he goes 15 pages front and back.
Like say the whole thing.
I'm laughing so much at Friends.
Well, that's the thing. That's what a good show can do. Like it brings back the memories, and there's so many things that you probably forgot about that kind of hits you. This used to be like because I remember when it was on Channel 4, it used to be on Friday nights. Because it used to be the Friday night comedy thing. Because it used to be Friends. What was it? The Will and Grace used to be on at the same time and stuff like that. And then, like I say, I went to Sky. I think then it was on a Tuesday night for some reason, or Monday night, because it used to be broadcast in America over there. But Jesus Christ, if we had online streaming, then that would have broke it.
We would never have left the house. Like we would never have had the social life we had in our early 20s because we would never have left the house. I would never have left the house. My first ever series I watched was bloody Prison Break. That was like my first ever proper like series I watched. Like, I mean, don't get us wrong, I watched Friends and that, but like as in a proper series. And when like that's the only thing I didn't really watch television a lot because obviously I was never in the house. But if streaming services were around, I would have been straight there.
And again, it has one of my favorite all-time actors in as well that came in later on, and he fit in perfectly. Paul Rudd.
Oh my God. Mike.
Yeah.
When Phoebe asked him to play the piano and he's like, well, I don't have one in front of us. And she's like, well, a true pianist wouldn't let that stand in the way, would he? And he just starts doing Paul Rudd at his best. It was so good. And the whole Princess Banana Hammock.
God.
You can't say it, you can't say banana in our accent because it doesn't sound right, does it? Princess Banana Hammock. you've got to Americanize it. And crap bag. This is my husband, crap bag.
I tell you what, I've tried to use that in life, Princess Cunts with a Banana Hammock, more than I care to mention because I just think it's super funny. And I mean, we did our little boy did some live filming in lockdown last year. We did some live streaming things for him. He had to pretend he was the news reporter, so we went all out, was in the garden, had the brolly up, did everything, and I was the correspondent that he was trying to move over to for this video, and he had to introduce me as, can you just bring in Lady Banana Controller Hammock, which we got it in. And when he went to school, one of his friends referenced it, actually recognised that we'd used it, and I thought, oh my God, I mean, legend. Yeah. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious that it's just got to be used. I have to use it in life, and I don't really care what anybody thinks. I just think it's perfect name, absolutely perfect.
What I love about Friends as well, and again, take it a little bit not serious but quite interesting take. Like my old job where I used to work before I work now. One of my friends was going through an interview to progress in his career and stuff, and he needed to have like a board and do it like a presentation on the different types of people. Like you get like with our line of work, me and Sam, you get like amenable, aggressive, and how to deal with them. I went, well, just use the Friends cast as a reference. You went, what do you mean? When you've got all the different, like you've got the amenables, you've got the overly aggressive, you've got the plausible. You can use them and talk about them away, and then you can put them in any type of situation. Yeah. And he used that reference as well, and he actually got the job.
Oh, my God.
That's the thing, you can always lead friends into and use as an aspect to try and help move things forward. But like I say, I wish I had the idea, and I wish I used the idea and did it myself, but I gave him the idea. So
that's amazing.
Have you got any more on your list?
I think maybe the one I might have started to talk about it slightly before I got cut off, because I got cut off as well as you.
Okay, I wasn't the only one.
No, team cut off here, yeah. It was the one with the ball. I don't know if Paul continue to talk about that, but it's the one basically where they start throwing the ball together, and then
that's right.
I know. And again, I'm not that even ashamed to admit it. Totally done that in the house. I mean, I just don't care. I just know it was just such a good laugh. And again, we get that if we do duck stuff in the garden, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, don't let Jake play. He's a dropper.
He's a dropper.
I remember the amount of times you used to shout at me as a kid. I can totally imagine you going off it. Like when we used to play football, like on the green next to your house, and you used to proper kick off us when I used to do something wrong. If we used to lose, I can still remember that you shouting. So I can imagine you if they dropped the ball. Jesus Christ, them poor kids, bless them.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Monica was. Monica was fairly bearable. I'm worse. I was like, don't touch him.
You've just reminded us that, did you when you said Thanksgiving episode, was that the Brad Pitt one or was that the football one?
The Brad Pitt. I love the football one. That's my favourite. The football one.
That is such a good episode. I didn't know.
It was obviously doing and they're outside doing it, aren't they? In the park thing, yeah.
No, funny that one, because my good wife Nick, she made a friends frame for a member of the Nerdy Up North group, because she makes these custom like Lego frames.
Yeah.
It was Carolina who she made the frame for her brother, but she actually made the statue. little figure of the troll.
The Gallaball!
In the Gallaball. She actually made that and put it into the frame. I'll have to see if she's got a picture, or if I can get a picture of Caroline to show it, because it was absolutely amazing. And again, that whole reference, like I said, Joey, because they played off all the characters against each other. You had Joey and Chandler over the girl that was from the Netherlands. So where's Holland? Where's the Netherlands? So Netherlands is a made-up world. There, it's a Peter Pan reference. That was hilarious.
Oh, what was her name? Because he couldn't say her name.
Was it Gertrude?
Maha. No, Maha. It was
Maha. I remember, like I said, trying not to laugh now. Like I said, the Gallaball thing, that was hilarious. And when Monica and Ross are out in the field, still holding on to the ball, and they're having that discussion, saying why is it always just me and you that's left outside, and they get, oh, I don't know, maybe they just don't care enough for as much as us. But again, not to reference our childhood, that totally reminds me of you and your brother though, Bev. Like I say, that kind of like dramatics as well. I don't know if Luke's watching, the pain in the arse he is, but that kind of dynamics used to always be, because used to be really, really close as kids, and like it used to be thick as thieves. But when it comes to like a game when you're on opposite sides, the competitiveness between each other was hilarious to watch. Like I say, even like when I used to be involved in stuff, I used to just sit back and watch you two go out, because you used to like absolutely make me piss myself laughing.
It was either you're either with us or you're against us, so pick a side. Simple as that.
So you really were the Ross and Monica Geller of your street.
Quite possibly. Well,
Luke was not Ross. I'm saying Luke was probably a cross between Chandler and Joey. The laziness of Joey, but with the smart ass comments of Chandler.
Wow! If you could nail somebody in one sentence.
I love it. Oh gosh, well, I'm gonna just take 2 minutes, because I am complete. I don't have my phone, I don't have anything. I literally, the minute I realized this was working, I jumped straight on. So I'm just gonna go and quickly grab my stuff, and I'm gonna go and get my food, because I'm starving, right? I won't be 2 minutes. I'm very sorry.
We're not even 2 hours in, she's already nibbling away.
I know. I'm gonna come back before Bev leaves. I won't be long, right? I'm just gonna quickly grab stuff. 2 seconds.
Yes. So before we move on as well, I want to say a big congratulations to you, Bev, because I saw pictures on Facebook the other night of you winning an award.
Oh yeah, it was for our salon. It wasn't me personally, but it was for like the team.
Mm-hmm. So well done. So what was that for? Like, you want to tell us a little bit?
So it's general. Most salons can enter. It's just general awards, but you've obviously got to do a lot of work to back it up. So obviously to prove what the award you're going for, what you've done in the salon. And one of them we got was most sustainable, which is a huge thing at the minute about everybody going green. And it's really tricky to achieve that in maybe in a salon environment, because you can't always recycle everything like hair and so on and that. But actually, there's places now and companies that are starting to look at that to help the environment. So we've got on board with that, and we're trying so hard to be on the good side of that. And so we got an award for that, because obviously we'd managed to do that. And we had the salon refurbed a little bit in lockdown and stuff, and obviously all the team had gone in on their own, because you weren't allowed to go in together, and all painted and did loads of stuff. So it was a really big team effort, which is nice. Thank you.
No, cool. Like I say, I did notice it. So like I said, I wanted to point out, it's always good to hear a positive story. As you said, during this whole thing, it's always nice to see good things come out for good people, shall we say?
Oh, thank you.
No bother. So yes, so back on to the Friends topic as well, because like I said, that one episode with the Monica, like I said, the Monica trophy and the Geller ball was just hilarious. But I used to love the dynamic as well. What we haven't touched on was the relationship between Monica and Ross's parents, with both of them as well, because again, it typifies the type of people they are, because Ross was always a little bit spoilt, and Monica's just starving for attention to the point where she pretty much ate the whole house at times. But like I say, I loved the episodes when it had like Ross or Rachel's parents in, because you used to see that, like, it was almost like Monica and Ross reverted to childlike as well. So they went back in stages. And then when Ross's dad gives Monica his Porsche, or Portia.
Portia.
And Ross is kicking off saying, "I was a medical marvel."
He didn't like it, did he?
No,
Yeah.
like that was always a good, like I say, element I used to love about Friends as well. That little bit of a dynamic.
Yeah, well, they had even very briefly. They had, I'm sure, was it Phoebe's? Wasn't Phoebe's? It was her grandma and aunt she used to live with, and she appeared in it the odd time. It was something. Yeah, I think it was her grandma. Was that her grandma's flat she was in at the very beginning? And she was like batshit crazy, but she was really funny. But you only saw, like, you don't see a lot of others, but when they do come in, quite significant, and when they leave, you do remember them, which is quite nice.
Yeah. The one that's just with you saying that though, just laughing me head off at when they forget to invite Rachel's mother to the baby shower.
Oh God, yeah.
and Monica gets so much shit from it, even though it wasn't her that made the mistake, it was Phoebe. But Phoebe kind of just like sits back and lets Monica take the shit for it.
It's almost like when they're all, I think, the struggle with the venue and stuff, and it's like, if you want to come, like, bring your own food and stuff. It didn't really turn out how it should have done, but that was a really funny episode. Actually, I forgot about that. See, there's so many that I could have picked.
Did you mention the Danny DeVito episode?
No, but that, oh God, that's going to be ingrained on my memory for the rest of my life now.
With these long lengths of the law.
I think, to be fair, you could have just played that episode, then it's basically his audition for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because he just plays that character in that all the way through, basically.
It's Frank, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Frank and one of his dodgy schemes.
But I noticed in the comments before when we were talking about cameos that we didn't touch on, and again, I can't believe we missed off. We mentioned the cameo of Bruce Willis, but he's just a love machine. Oh God, that was just so well done though as well. And seeing Bruce Willis being very deadpan and trying not to react, and then just turn around and going, "Oh yeah, Russ is a nice guy."
Serious, isn't he? Like super serious, really serious.
Oh, say there's so many things you can talk about as well. Like trying to think of all the different, like Ben Stiller as well. Ben Stiller was a good cameo when he had a date with Rachel, and he shouts at the chicken duck.
Yeah, he shouts like he probably kicked off, didn't he?
Yeah. Because everyone thinks Ross has just been jealous, but because everyone thinks he's just this nice guy, but then he goes ballistic with the chicken and the duck, and then everyone's just like, step away from the duck.
Well, we haven't even mentioned the chicken and the duck. I mean, they're kind of, we run through the series quite a lot of the seasons. I mean, and they're quite significant. The guys, aren't they, when they're in their apartment?
Yeah, but because you never really find out what happened to the chick or duck as well. That was the sad thing.
They went to good homes.
Yeah, they went to the home and the farm.
Oh, sorry, Emma's just pointed out Danny DeVito's name, Officer Goodbody.
Oh dear. Bless him.
Sorry, I was just tickled.
Just because, like I say, just before we wrap up on this, there's two elements I want to touch on as well with the Friends one. Mr. Eccles downstairs was absolutely hilarious every time he was involved. And just to say the deadpan when he gets, like I say, that's my monkey. And puts Marcel in a tutu. And again, just to bring it back down to Sammy's level as well, just how sad the news was about the Gunther.
Oh God, I know. Yeah, that was super recent as well, wasn't it? And it was good. It was lovely at the reunion to see that they'd managed to do a video link.
You could see how cool he was.
He clearly couldn't have been there, but that was really, that's a real shame, isn't it?
Oh, it was really sad. You could see how poorly he was, and he actually quit acting as well, didn't he? He didn't want to be an actor anymore. And then he got like an extra, and this extra just stood out amongst all the rest of them, and he became he
become one of the like things, because like I've got the Lego set behind us as well, and I've got a little Gunther Lego figure as well, so he was part of it. But yeah, that was quite sad news to hear. Like I say, I went back talk about the, like I say, the reunion. It was such a special moment that they got him involved as well. And that was just a lovely little thing. And I'm glad he got to do that before what happened, unfortunately. So sorry to end that on a sad note.
No, but it needed to be brought up because he was a staple part of the show, and he was, him declaring his love to Rachel at the end was genius, absolute genius. And the fact that Phoebe always found him attractive as well.
Yes.
Like
that always made us think I had a chance for Phoebe though, so that was always the thing.
Phoebe giving out hope to everyone.
Yes. So right. So we've got someone waiting to come in, so I'm going to bring them in as well.
Well, I've gone and brought everything in except my cup.
That's okay.
Who have we got coming on? Oh, Sarah.
Got Sarah joining us. So see if we get this working now.
Right, I want to make a lot of noise. Sorry. There we go.
Hello. Someone's made an effort.
Oh, how kind.
Are you trying to say?
Well, to be honest, I only realised it was going to be on YouTube this morning, so I thought, oh Christ, Libby.
Don't worry. Bless you. So hi Sarah. So
hi.
So there's Sam, and I'm trying to point out places. Sam's trying to eat some food now, and
I'm sorry, I'm just sorting myself out.
So we're just finishing off Bev's little topic. You might as well join in. So what was your favourite Friends episode?
Me? Oh goodness, there's too many to choose. I mean, seriously, that was when I was watching Friends. Obviously, I was in my early teens and whatnot, and I spent so much time thinking, like, what are they talking about? Like, when you look at it later as an adult, you start to like understand all the references. And obviously at the time you couldn't Google it, so I was like, what's he on about?
No, certainly. Again, you don't get that aspect, because I think that's what Friends kind of works with, because it's got like the juvenile humor as well, and it's got like a little bit of the serious humor, like the jokes for the mums and dads that the kids don't get. So I think that's why it worked so well, and probably is why it still works as well now. But
you couldn't Google what's a phalange.
Yes.
Yeah. Because even if you could, where would that take you? I'd love to see the search results.
I dare to do it.
I couldn't do it on my work computer, I'll tell you that. But yes, so thank you very much, Bev.
Thank you, Bev. I'm sorry
pleasure.
I missed the beginning bit.
So Mark, because I did. Okay.
Hey!
It was almost me just talking for 12 hours by myself, but that's fine.
Bev, I gotta say before you go, loving the background.
Oh,
absolutely love the background. I've been spotting all the different, like the Goonies and Captain Marvel, and I love it. Love the background.
Oh, thank you. And thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please donate if you're watching. It's a very good cause.
Thank you, Bev. For the kiddies.
Bye.